Well, gosh, I have to tell you, I have done the crazy thing that you see in the movie. One of my favorite scenes to shoot in the movie was when Montana thinks she's met her dream man, and she goes to his house because she has a suspicion that her best friend Gail has put in her ear that maybe he might have another woman. Well, I myself have been caught sneaking in bushes before. Before my husband was my husband, I don't know what got in my head because love makes you crazy. And I drove all the way to his house and I was in his bushes trying to look through the window. Totally got caught. And thank God I was wrong. And his guy friends were like, hey, Paula, it was so embarrassing. I'll never forget it. He's like, see? Okay? But it was cute because he's like, you really love me. I was like, yeah, maybe a little too much. It all depends. You never know. You'd have to know the circumstances if what happened with the ex. But for me, there's no rules in life. You just got to go with your heart. And really, to me, falling in love is to really fall in love. You got to take that risk to get your heart broken again. So I don't know. I think I'm a lover person, so I just feel like you got to give all of yourself to it, or else you'll never really find it. I think that, you know, I'm not a traditionalist, so I feel like the longer you guys can stay together, but you don't necessarily have to put a ring on it and make it such a commitment. There's something about the word marriage that just kind of can put a little cloud sometimes over things. And the longer though that you're together and having fun before you get into marriage, usually the better the marriage is because you've talked things through, how you want to do things, how you'd like life to be. The older you get, you realize that life is quite complicated, so it's better to wait a little longer before you enter in my personal opinion, but to each his own. Well, hopefully you never give up on love and have faith that love is a beautiful thing. But I really hope that people take away from the film that it's more important to love yourself. You see a woman in this movie very desperate to find love or to prove something to people, and she transforms herself for each man. But at the end of the day, you really need to be content with yourself and love yourself and find somebody that likes you just the way you are, flaws and all, with all your baggage and everything. That's the person that you want to settle down with. David Talbert is an incredible writer and now an incredible director as well. I mean, I was most drawn to him first, of course, by his script and then his book, which is what the movie is based on. And that script, when I read it, made me laugh out loud. I mean, it just did. So then putting it into a film place was so exciting because, David has this amazing enthusiasm. It's hard pressed to find him without a smile on his face. And he's really great with actors. He'll always come and whisper in your ear instead of letting everybody know that last take sucked. Do you know what I mean? I mean, so and very good about finding those details with actors. And also, what is really special about him, especially because he wrote it himself, is the amount of collaboration he allowed for every one of us. We would do some right on the page, but it'd always allow you to do a take the way that you felt best, the way that you wanted to do it. And oftentimes, especially in comedies, that's when you find the magic. So for that, I applaud him for his confidence and his willingness to allow some other opinions to come in. But the movie is his, and it's that script. But it's just some of those details that are fun that he was like, that sounds better than what I thought of. Go for it. And I think that made him so cool to do that. And then sometimes he'd be like, absolutely not. And that's what you have to do, because you're the director, you're the captain of the ship. I loved the excitement that every day there was someone new. And what I really appreciated was that we had these great actors that came to set with their A game. They felt as passionately about the project as I did and do at the time, and they gave their 100,000% to the movie. And for that, we thank them and applaud them, because the movie doesn't exist without that great cast of characters.